What's going on? So we just finished up the Summer Games Fest, and I'll say right off the rip, that was a pretty good showcase. Now, sorry for the light in the back; it is getting a little washed out, courtesy of the sun. Now, there was a lot of good games, and there was a shit ton of games they actually showcased compared to the Sony State of Play. And I'll say if I had to kind of compare and contrast from the Sony State of Play, I would say this one was far and away better than the Sony State of Play. The Sony one was good. There was a few good games they had on there, but they had like two definite stinkers, and that was in way of Marathon and Dune, two games that are highly criticized. One is I'm was pretty certain it was dead, and that was Dune. And Marathon, which I feel like it's a matter of another year or so where that one's probably going to get shut down too. You're going to be in just the same place that you see Destiny in, unfortunately. For the Summer Game Fest, I would say it started off really hot and then it's kind of tapered towards the mid to end. But I think sprinkled in between every like good game was a pretty decent game. I would say for me personally, nothing that really like stuck out beyond the ones that I have already listed on my little notepad over here. So I'd say first of all, they went right off the rip and did another Resident Evil, and this one's a remake of Resident Evil Veronica. Now I was really surprised by that one because I didn't think that they were going to have another one coming out so soon because we'll be seeing that next year. We just got Requiem, which is a fantastic game. I love it. Just beat it. Can't praise it enough. It was really good. I mean, Resident Evil for like the last like 6, 7 years has really been killing it. All their games have been really, really spot on. So I'd say that was a good one. We did get some news for Cuphead. They are making a second one. Unfortunately, they didn't have anything to reveal as far as like gameplay or anything like that. So we just were told they're working on it, which is great. Also, they are going to be making an 8-bit game, which not a huge fan of 8-bit games, but you know, it's cool for those who like it. After that, reveal Alien Isolations 2, which was another shocker. The first one was really good, had a lot of cool spooky moments. Didn't really see them making a second one, unfortunately, but here we are. So that's pretty good. There's a new game coming out called Gen Atlas, which was a mech kind of inspired game. When I saw it, it was pretty interesting. It took place in the desert, but you can resurrect these mech like things and you have these cool battles. At least it showed a scene of like two giant mechs battling. So it really reminded me of like something like Pacific Rim, which is pretty tight. After that, we got game footage for Mortar Shell 2, which looks fantastic. And I believe they are also having a demo for that game, which I'm ready for that one. Game looks fantastic. One game that they didn't necessarily show any gameplay for, but there was just news from a new studio, Paramount Game Studio, is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin, which sounds cool. Again, no gameplay, so it's just hopes and expectations from here. We'll see, hopefully, in the future what that looks like. We did get a little reveal for Guild Wars 3, which seems pretty sick. The only thing I will say is that when they did the reveal trailer for this, it did remind me of a lot of like a High Guard kind of game where the graphics aren't visually stunning, they're just really like smooth. So I'm thinking that this is probably just for the reveal and maybe not the actual cinematic for the game. So that is just what I kind of took it as. Another new game called Last Harbor. I didn't really know much about it at all, but from what we got from the trailer, it looks pretty sick. We got a little bit of news about Soulframe, Grounded 2, a new game that kind of looked like a Salem game initially when I saw it was 1666 Amsterdam. Seems pretty sick, looks really cool. I know they're gonna reveal a little bit more later on, so kind of pumped to see what comes of that. We got news for a Saw game. I think that one kind of reminded me of like a Dead by Daylight kind of thing, where Dead by Daylight's more of a 4v1. This one just tapers back one, so it's a 3v1. I'm assuming the players are in a jerry-rigged kind of machinery. It's going to kill them, and you got to solve puzzles, and riddles or whatever to get out of it. Seems cool. Again, no gameplay or anything like that. It's just my assumption. But from what we saw from the reveal trailer, seems pretty sick. Lords of the Fallen 2 got announced. That looked amazing, and I believe they are having a demo right now on Steam, so I'm gonna jump in and check that one out. Monster Hunter got a new expansion reveal. Apparently this is supposed to be incredibly massive, so I'm kind of excited to get back in there. I haven't played Monster Hunter much at all since the game came out. Kind of fell off because there's other games that came out around that time, but it was a fun game. I would like to find a reason to go back in and play, so this might be it. Palworld 1.0 got a release date, so we're getting the official release of Palworld. Another game I was kind of looking for an excuse to get back into, so hopefully I can try to coax one of my compadres to come and play with me, because that is a fun game. I did dump a little bit of time on there before. I think Helldivers 2 came out like shortly after. And then right after the main event for the games, we got to look at some of the stuff that the indie developers were making. And they had a lot of pretty cool games, I thought. There was a few that stuck out to me. One was Finebris or Finibris, I don't know, Somnia. It looked like a horror-inspired game where it's like a 2D 8-bit kind of style for the gameplay, and then when you transition to the cutscenes, they're live action cutscenes with like real practical effects and such. So that was really sick. One of the things they really emphasized, like there's no AI like slop at all in the game, which cool. Like I would hope so, but I guess it kind of sucks that now game studios have to really say like there's no AI in their games. Another one called Deadmore, not a whole lot that really was given about that game. And the last one that kind of caught my eye from the indie showcase was a game called Into the Well. Initially it was the art style that captured me, so we'll see what the rest of the game looks like. I don't think these ones we have to wait much longer. I think these ones are going to come out relatively soon. So there's a ton of other games that they announced, all look really cool. It's just some of them didn't really grab me. I think these are the ones that kind of stuck out to me the most. And I would say, again, all in all, I think it was a really, really good showcase. Way better for the most part than the state of play. And I know next we do have the Xbox showcase. So I'm hoping that one can be really good. I know a lot of people are anticipating certain games, and we're going to definitely get something about Gears of War and probably Halo. The only thing I would say about that one is I'm hoping that it's not just another remastered of Halo 1, because it seems like aside from Halo 5, everything has been a remaster somewhere in between for the first Halo. And I'm tired of just like remastering the same Halo game, number one, over and over and over. So hopefully we get something else that's pretty cool. That was my take. Those are the games that kind of stuck out to me. So we'll wait and see what Xbox has in store. So that's it for now. Peace.